An unexpected meeting? In a small town where everyone knew each other, there lived a young woman named Emily. She was 28 years old, with long brown hair and bright green eyes that always shone with kindness and optimism. Emily worked in the office of a local marketing company and dreamed of career advancement. She worked hard every day, but so far she has not seen the results of her efforts. Her dream of becoming a project manager seemed increasingly unattainable. Emily lived alone in a small apartment that she had lovingly set up. There were pictures of her friends and family on the walls, and on the table were flowers that she had grown on the balcony. She loved to spend time outdoors, walking in the park or reading books in a cafe. Her life was measured and calm, but sometimes she lacked adventure. One day, during her lunch break, Emily decided to go to the cozy Sunny Corner restaurant, which was famous for its homemade dishes. It was her favorite place. There was always a friendly atmosphere, and the waiters remembered her order. She ordered her favorite burger and fries and sat at a table by the window, enjoying the sunshine. At that moment, her attention was attracted by an elderly black man sitting alone at a nearby table. He looked a little lost. His eyes were full of sadness, and his hands were shaking with age. Emily felt like she had to do something. She remembered how her grandmother always said, "Don't be afraid to do small, kind things." She came up to him and asked with a smile, "Hello, would you like to have lunch together? I'll treat you." The man was surprised, but gratefully agreed. His name was Martin. He was a widower and had lived in this city for many years. Emily found out that he was once a successful entrepreneur and the founder of a large company producing environmentally friendly goods. Now, in retirement, he enjoyed a quiet life and sought inspiration in simple joys. During lunch, they talked, and Martin shared with her his memories of how he started his business. He talked about the difficulties he faced, about how important it was to believe in yourself and your ideas. Emily listened to him with delight. His story was full of inspiration. "You know," he said, "I've always believed that success comes to those who are willing to work on themselves and are not afraid to take risks. I started from scratch and failed more than once, but I never gave up." Emily nodded. "I also dream of career growth, but sometimes it seems to me that my efforts are not yielding results." Martin smiled. "Don't let doubt stop you. Every step forward is already a success. The main thing is not to lose faith in yourself." After lunch, Emily paid for the food and wished Martina all the best. He thanked her for the pleasant company and said, "You're a wonderful young woman. Don't forget about your dreams and always stay the same kind." A few days later, Emily returned to work with renewed vigor and determination. She began to actively participate in her team's projects, offering ideas and supporting colleagues. However, her efforts soon ran into difficulties. Her boss was a strict and demanding man who did not always appreciate the initiative of his subordinates. One day, after a busy day at work, Emily stayed late at the office to finish a project. Suddenly, she was called to her superiors. When she entered the office, she saw Martin there, who was talking to her boss. "Emily," the boss said, "I want to introduce Martin to you. He just told me about you." Emily was in shock. Martin smiled and continued, "I was impressed by your kindness and the way you treated me that day. I recommend you for a promotion." Emily's heart began to beat faster. She couldn't believe her ears. Martin talked about how she showed care and attention to him, and it made a huge impression on him. "Emily," Martin continued, "I see potential in you. You have to believe in yourself and your abilities." Soon Emily got a promotion and a new position with much more responsibility and a better salary. She was immensely grateful to Martin for his support and kindness. Since then, Emily has not only continued to work on her career, but also actively participated in charity projects, helping those who needed support. She organized fundraisers for a local shelter for homeless animals and helped children from disadvantaged families. One day, she decided to have a charity event at the Sunny Corner restaurant. where it all started. She contacted the owner of the establishment and proposed an idea. Part of the proceeds from the evening would be used to help those in need. The owner agreed, and Emily began to prepare for the event. She invited her friends and colleagues and posted ads on social media. The evening promised to be unforgettable. Performances by local musicians and an auction of unique art objects from local artists were planned. Many residents of the city gathered at the evening. The atmosphere was filled with joy and warmth. Emily was happy to see so many people willing to support a noble cause. Martin came to the event and watched with pride as Emily organized everything with ease and enthusiasm. "You've done an incredible job," he told her during a break between performances. "I'm proud of you." Emily smiled sheepishly. "Thank you. I just want to help those who need support." The evening was a success. We managed to raise a significant amount to help the shelter. Emily felt happy she had done something important for other people. After the event, Martin suggested that Emily meet next week to discuss new ideas for her career development. He became for her not only a mentor, but also a friend. At the meeting, they discussed a variety of topics from business expansion plans to personal interests. Martin shared his experience of managing the team and advised Emily to develop leadership skills. "It's important to be able to listen to people and support their ideas," he said. "A true leader inspires his team to achieve." Emily wrote down his advice in a notebook and tried to put it into practice in her work. She was becoming more confident every day. However, she soon had to face new challenges at work. One of her team's projects was in danger of being disrupted due to a mismatch in the deadlines for completing tasks. The boss was unhappy and invited Emily to discuss the situation. "You have to take responsibility for this situation," he said sternly. Emily felt the pressure. She needed to find a way to fix the situation and regain the trust of her superiors. At that moment, she remembered Martin's words about the importance of believing in yourself and your abilities. She gathered a team to discuss the problem and proposed several solutions. Together, they developed a new action plan, distributed tasks among themselves, and set new deadlines for completing the work. Emily felt the support of her colleagues. They believed in her just as she believed in them. The work was in full swing. Every day they gathered together, discussed progress, and helped each other cope with difficulties. Thanks to the joint efforts, the project was completed on time, and the results exceeded the expectations of the authorities. When Emily presented the final report to her boss, he was pleasantly surprised. "Great job. I see progress in your approach to project management." Emily felt a surge of joy. Her efforts were appreciated. Sometime after the successful completion of the project, Martin invited Emily to an exhibition of local artists. He knew about her love of art and wanted to show her the works of talented authors from their city. They met a lot of interesting people at the exhibition, artists, sculptors, and just art lovers. Emily was amazed by the beauty of the presented works and the passion of the artist for their creations. "Art is a way to express your feelings and thoughts," Martin said. "It helps us to understand the world around us." Emily thought about his words. Indeed, art opens up new horizons of perception of life. She decided to try her hand at drawing. It had always been her lifelong dream. When she returned home after the exhibition, she bought canvas and paints. At first, it was difficult for her to start. She did not know how to convey her emotions on paper. But soon, inspiration seized her. She began to paint the landscapes of her city, parks, streets, and cozy corners. Every time she picked up a brush, her heart was filled with joy. Drawing has become a real way of self-expression and meditation for her. One day, she decided to show her work to Martina. They met at the Sunny Corner restaurant where it all began. Emily spread her paintings on the table and nervously waited for his reaction. "It's amazing!" Martin exclaimed after carefully examining each work. "You have talent. Your paintings are full of life." Emily felt a surge of pride. "Thank you. I'm just trying new things for myself." Martin invited her to participate in a local art exhibition. This will be a great opportunity to show your work to other people." Emily agreed with excitement. She wanted to share her art with the world. She began to prepare for the exhibition. She selected paintings, framed them, and wrote descriptions for each piece. The exhibition took place a few weeks later at one of the local cultural centers. Emily was excited. She had never shown her work to the general public before. When the time came for the exhibition to open, she was nervous what would people think of her paintings. However, the reaction of the visitors exceeded all expectations. People approached her work, admired it, and asked questions about how she created each painting. Emily felt over the moon with happiness. That evening, one of the local art critics approached her. "You have a real talent. I would like to write an article about you for our magazine." Emily was thrilled. It was a recognition of her work and inspiration. After the exhibition, Emily's life changed. She began receiving offers to sell her paintings and participate in other exhibitions. Her name became famous in the artistic circles of the city. With each new success, she realized that dreams come true when you believe in yourself and are ready to work on yourself. Martin's support has played a huge role in her life. He has become a true friend and mentor to her. A few months after the exhibition, they met again at the Sunny Corner restaurant. Martin looked flustered. "I have a suggestion for you. I want to create a fund to support young artists and entrepreneurs in our city. You could be one of its first members." Emily was amazed. "It's a great idea. I would love to help." They began to develop the concept of the foundation. They planned to hold master classes for young people, organize exhibitions for aspiring artists and entrepreneurs. Their goal was to inspire people to follow their dreams and help them realize their potential. The foundation has become a successful project. Many young, talented people have had the opportunity to show their work to the general public thanks to the foundation's support. Emily felt proud that she was able to contribute to the development of creativity in her city. Over time, Martin became not only her career mentor, but also a close friend. They spent a lot of time together. They discussed ideas for the foundation, shared their experiences, and just enjoyed communicating with each other. One day, they decided to hold a joint charity event to raise funds to support the foundation. They invited local businesses to participate in the event. Part of the proceeds from the sales will go to the development of the fund. The evening was a success. Thanks to the support of local businessmen, we managed to raise a significant amount of money for the foundation. Emily was happy to see so many people willing to help the creative talents of their city. After the event, Martin approached her. "You've done an incredible job. I am proud of the changes that have taken place thanks to your efforts." Emily smiled. "Thank you. I just want to help others realize their dreams." With each new project, Emily became more confident in herself. She realized the importance of supporting each other on the path to success. She continued to work on her paintings and developed the foundation with Martin. A year after the foundation was established, they decided to organize a large exhibition of works by young artists from their city. It was the event of the year. All residents of the city were invited to see the work of talented people. The exhibition was a success. Many artists were recognized for their work. Some even signed contracts with galleries. Emily was happy to see the success of her artist friends. She knew that their support was of great importance to each of them. At the end of the evening, Martin raised a glass of champagne. "To the success of our foundation, for everyone to be able to follow their dreams." Everyone raised their glasses in agreement. The atmosphere was full of joy and hope for the future. Emily understood that thanks to the kindness of a chance acquaintance with Martin, her life had changed for the better. She had found her calling as an artist and was able to help other people believe in themselves. A few more years passed. The foundation continued to develop. Emily became a famous artist not only in her city but also abroad. Her paintings were exhibited at international exhibitions. She inspired many people to follow their dreams. But most importantly, She never forgot about the day she met Martin, about that simple act of kindness which changed her life forever. Every time she looked at her paintings or held workshops for young artists, she remembered Martin's words. Never lose faith in yourself. You are capable of more. And this became the motto of her whole life. Every day she aspired to make the world a better place, to help others, to share her art, because that's how dreams come true.